following is a presentation of GRS TV.
We set the bar high, on top cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shot. We set the bar high, on top cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shot.
Good evening and welcome to Williams Stadium for tonight's District 10-6A finale between the rivals Rowlett Eagles and the Sachse Mustangs. Hello everyone, my name is Steve Reeves. I'm joined by my partner Bobby George. Bobby, tell you what, it's going to be a fun one tonight. As I mentioned, these are two rivals. This is a rivalry game. These two teams have fun playing each other, and there's still playoff implications on the line tonight.
Yeah, Rowlett has to win.
That's
one
right.
thing. I mean, they've just got to flat out win to get in the playoffs. And, of course, Sachse's undefeated for the year. They got loaded stands out here, and they lead the league, the division in everything. They in touchdowns and yards and first down, everything. They lead the division. So it's going to be a real tough game for Rowlett to win. But you never know because it's a rivalry game, like you said, and half the kids know each other from going to junior high with each other, and half the people in the stands know each other. It's just a big game. So anytime you have that, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, let me correct you on one thing. You said they're undefeated, but they're not. They did lose to Wiley early in the season.
You're exactly right.
But they are in the district lead along with Wiley with that one loss. And, boy, there's a look at head coach Doug Stevens for Rowlett. And as you mentioned, Bobby, this is a crucial game. You know, a win and they're in, so they do control their own destiny. If they win this game, you know, they're definitely in. But a loss, and they're going to have some help tonight. So a big game for them. Now, Sachse has already clinched a playoff berth, so they're in regardless. But for Rowlett, a big game tonight. So we're just about set for kickoff here, and the Mustangs will get it first. Set to kick it off for the Eagles is number 33. Sebastian Rodriguez, and we are underway. A high end-over-end kick is going to come down and dropped at the 25-yard line, but picked up by number 21. This one's going to be returned out to about the 26-yard line. That was Robert Jones for the Mustangs, and we are set to get underway. Got the Sachse Mustangs in their home blues and the Rowlett Eagles in their visiting whites. Beautiful night for football. Bobby, you know, it was a little chilly last night for the game, but tonight, you know, it's on the cold side, but hardly any wind whatsoever, and just great weather for football.
Yeah, like you said, the wind has just died way down. It is chilly, but when you get out there on that field and you're taking off and you're running and you're stopping and you're tackling people, you warm up pretty quick. It's perfect.
And the first snap from the Mustangs doesn't get off as there is a legal procedure. Looked like the left tackle moved early.
Number 70, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Just like Coach drew it up, first play of the game.
And then look at head coach Red Barons there, and he had the look kind of like, oh my gosh, look at that. He's
first play,
frustrated that his guys get the penalty.
Well, you know, they usually map out about the first 10 plays of your game, especially at least 4 of them, and so they already know what they're going to run.
And the first play from scrimmage is a handoff inside for a short gain of maybe about 2, maybe 3 yards. And handoff went to number 6 of the Mustangs, Sean Coleman. He is the leading rusher. And there's your starting quarterback tonight. That is number 16, the junior, Parker Wells. And, Bobby, they will you'll see Sachse rotate quarterbacks in tonight. They've got 2 that they use. Parker Wells usually starts, but they have another one that comes in as well.
Yeah, Parker Wells, 62 of 110, 56 on the year, 839 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. And so, yeah, he does it all. He runs the ball as well. You'll see a lot of him running.
That last play incomplete, a little high. Looking for number 21, Robert Jones. You see it go right over his head. Gets a fingertip on it, but high pass is incomplete. We've got 3rd down and long, so good start here early for the Rowlett defense. They're going to try to hold here on 3rd down and 12. Snap to Wells, straight draw back. Here comes pressure. He's going to roll out to the right, looking for somebody. Sidesteps one tackler, sidesteps the second, and it gets pushed out of bounds around the original line of scrimmage. So good job by Rowlett's defense, and the Mustangs will be forced to punt.
Well, he really escaped some trouble. I thought he was going to throw it away, You got a blitzer coming right up the middle on him, number 32. And he just skips out of his grasp, and then 13 tries to get him, and boy, just a nice job of escaping that. That could have been disastrous.
So 4th down and 9 here for the Mustangs. They're set to punt it away. Rowlett has a lone return man back at his own 35-yard line. We've got penalty flags once again. No, I'm sorry, it was a timeout. Thought the line judge on the far side threw a flag, but Rowlett is going to call the timeout.
Why would you call a timeout on a punting situation? I mean, I just don't understand that timeout.
Yeah, well, they had one of their kick and return team run on the field late, so I don't know if maybe they had somebody out of position or what, but Rowlett does choose to use their first timeout of the half.
Well, you just hope that don't come back to haunt you. You know, you'll need that when, towards the end of the half when you're running out of time, maybe getting into field goal range, something. But to have to use that timeout right there it could cost them dearly towards the end of the half here.
And just underway here at Williams Stadium, Sachse and Rowlett. Other game tonight, Bobby, of course, features Naaman Forest and Lakeview. That is a big game tonight. Of course, that's the other one that has playoff implications. As, again, the interesting thing, you don't see this a lot, but those three teams, when we're talking about Rowlett, Naaman, and Lakeview, all three control their own destiny. So each one of them, with a win, they're in. There's the snap on 4th down. The kick is up. A beautiful punt. And no fair catch signal that I saw, but I guess he got it early. So the fair catch is called for and made at the 35-yard line. That was number 28 for the Eagles, Darren Lovelace. And so Rowlett's going to come out on offense for the first time.
Well, it was a nice punt. I mean, that got up in the air. No return. Beautiful. Yeah, all three teams, if they win, they're in. And of course, over there, Lakeview and Naaman, whoever loses that game is out.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly right. Yeah, now there is a scenario where I believe if Lakeview loses, they could still make it. And that would be if Rowlett loses tonight. If Rowlett loses, and even if Lakeview loses to Naaman, Lakeview, I believe, is still in. But at any rate.
Okay, so, that's something there, too. So over there, both teams one of those teams could lose, and Rowlett could lose, and they'd still be in the game. So, all right, that's a pretty good scenario.
Yep. So the first down throw, quick out for 7 yards. There's a look at it there to number 3. Nice completion, and good yardage on first down. That's what Rowlett wants. Here's another quick throw, another completion, this time to number 3, and close to the first down yardage, and I think he may have it. That is Trayvon King. Now, the quarterback here coming out tonight is number 12, Trey Carr. Bob, when we saw Rowlett last week, and we saw, of course, Alex Rout, who had been the starter all year, he got injured in that game, and it appears that he's not playing at least early on here tonight.
Yeah, the junior quarterback, Trey Carr, of course, he's 14 of 22, 63% on the year, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. That all came, basically in 2 games.
You're going to run the option here. Carr keeps it himself to the right side. He's going to gain about 5 yards close to midfield. Rowlett's coming with hurry up as well. Here's a look at the replay. Had an option look there, Bobby, and Carr saw something inside he liked and went ahead and kept it. Snap on second down, straight run for Carr, and this time short yardage, a gain of only 2.
That's where you want to be. You want to be in 3rd and short. So not a bad play, a nice safe play, and you get it behind those big offensive linemen. And, this is going to be a battle down there. They got good offensive linemen and good defensive linemen. Both teams got a lot of size down there in the trenches. So we're going to see who's going to win these battles.
So number 46, Anthony Anyanwu on the tackle. 3rd down and 4 here for the Eagles. They're just across midfield in Sachse territory. Play clock down to 5 seconds. And get the snap off just in time. There's the option pitch, and a lot of room out here for number 18. He's going to have the first down and more.
Oh.
Cuts it inside, and this may be a touchdown. Number 18, Colton Yarborough, the sophomore, with the first points on the board tonight.
Boy, he just had a lot of room, and then he just outruns everybody to the outside. Good pitch. Great block. Good blocking down. Look at those receivers working all the way down the field, and then Yarborough just takes one step inside and just outruns everybody to the end zone. Nice job. Very good executed play by all the members of the white team.
There's a look at Yarborough right there on the long touchdown run. Boy, 49-yarder there for Yarborough, and the Rowlett Eagles on top here early. The extra point attempt is up, and that is good. So Colton Yarborough, the sophomore, with the first points on the board tonight. Our new score, Rowlett 7, Sachse nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. We'll look at the crowd here tonight. A big crowd on hand for Sachse and Rowlett. Again, a rivalry game. And, boy, usually when these two get together, Bobby, it's a fun atmosphere. And, you know, right now, Rowlett with the early lead, 7-0. They took that possession, went 65 yards, and, again, capped off by the 49-yard touchdown run on the option by Colton Yarborough.
Well, that's fun. That gets you into the game right off the bat. You know that you're the underdog coming in, and then you strike first. That's awesome. That gets everybody involved.
Look at the Sachse crowd. Just moments ago on the camera, you saw the Rowlett crowd. Again, two feisty crowds here tonight for this rivalry game. The kick comes to number 21 again. He's got some room out here. Boy, gets across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. A great return that time by number 21, Robert Jones.
Well, he just kept going sideways, and usually when that happens, it closes down on you in a hurry. You see how he's going all the way across the field, but he finally gets a good block right there. It gets sealed off, and he's quick enough he was able to get through there. And, boy, he had one tackle to beat, and he was gone.
Yeah, and that tackle came from Ricardo Perez, number 7. He was able to just get him at the ankles. And perhaps, like you said, Bobby, a touchdown-saving tackle. So the Mustangs on offense, great field position here at the 39-yard line. There's the snap. Parker Wells. Oh, and they lose the ball. And Wells is just going to fall on it. So, well, I tell you what, two miscalculations here on the first downs for Sachse. Of course, on their first possession, they had the legal procedure penalty. And now on their first down play here on this possession, of course, they had the fumble on the exchange.
Yeah, and then just Keelan Cooper just gets him a sack right there, just falling on the quarterback. Yeah, not the way you want to start it out.
Second down and 12 after the loss of 2. Going to send a man in motion. That's number 17. There's a snap. Parker Wells, 5-step drop. Here comes pressure. He's going to throw it. Screen pass.
Oh.
Boy, and almost picked off. He was looking for Sean Coleman, and well, there was a Rowlett defender right there with Coleman. Pass goes off his hands and incomplete. Here's a look at it.
Yeah, they're trying to set up the screen. He gets a little pressure on him, fires that ball in there pretty tight. And I tell you, Lovelace almost is right there to pick that thing off. Well, that would have been super disastrous for Sachse.
Yeah, Bobby, a correction. I said, of course, that was number 16, Parker Wells. It's actually the other quarterback in the game right now, number 12, Xavier Foreman, that I mentioned earlier. So this is Foreman at quarterback. Here comes pressure from Rowlett. Foreman steps up. He's going to throw it deep and incomplete. Boy, that was dangerously close to over the line as well, but I do not see a penalty flag. However, the pass is incomplete, and the Rowlett defense is holding them to a 3-and-out once again.
Yeah, the line of scrimmage is a 36-yard line, and he does a great job of getting away from it. But does he cross that 36?
Yeah, not quite.
It was pretty close.
It was close. So the punt team back on for the Mustangs. The kick is away, and, boy, another high kick, and they're just going to let it bounce. Takes a Mustang roll, and it will be down right at the 30-yard line. So that's where Rowlett will take over 1st and 10. Their defense has done a good job here on the first 2 offensive possessions for the Mustangs as they have held them to 3-and-outs.
Yeah, there's just no running room and no passing room at all for the Mustangs so far. The Eagles defense has really done a good job of holding them in front of them, keeping everything in front. Plus, they've had a couple of bad plays, a bad snap and a fumble. And, boy, you get that going. And now if the Eagles put another score on the board, I tell you what, it could get out of hand pretty quick.
So the Eagles start from their own 30-yard line. There's the snap. They're going to run the option again. There's the pitch out. Boy, Sachse's ready for it this time, however, and they're going to push the running back out of bounds. I believe that's 22, Dewanye Newton with the carry. It was. There's a look at him on the screen, and a gain of maybe half a yard on the play. Big number 92 there to make the stop for the Mustangs.
Yeah, nice job by 44 right there, staying on top of it, keeping him outside. That's Jordan Brooks. And then when you do that, then you get finished off by the rest of the Mustangs coming across there. So just nice job keeping him contained.
2nd down and 10 now for the Eagles. And the snap, and boy, just a design quarterback draws. He took no hesitation that time. Bobby went forward, but good job by the Sachse interior line to hold him to a short gain of only 1. Number 10 right there led the play on defense, Quentin Williams.
Yeah, just straight up. Big, strong linemen are holding the ground there, but yes, 10 comes across from the defensive end spot, and he's the one that's able to pull him down. Well, you could see those offensive line in there. Boy, they were fighting with each other, man. That's a nice job by the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman clogging that thing up.
3rd down and 9. Eagles looking to throw it. Here comes pressure, and he's going to go down. Mustangs bring pressure that time, and they were able to sack the quarterback. Well, good look there. Number 41 with the pressure. That's Scotty Jesmer, and he is able to come up with the sack.
He has time to throw it. He's got to go ahead and get rid of that. But if you don't, big number 95 comes around there. That's big Ryan Jones, 6'2", 255.
Yeah, Jones with the initial hit, and
That's
then
right.
Jesmer.
And Jesmer comes in there and finishes you off. I mean,
exactly.
You got to get rid of that ball quick.
So 4th down and 16. A good job by the Mustang defense. They needed something there after 2 3-and-outs from the offense. So here comes the punt attempt. The punt is away. Boy, that's a great kick as well. It's going to chase the Mustang return man all the way back. Jones fumbles it for a moment, picks it up, runs. Now good field position here for the Mustangs. They're going to be out around the 43-yard line. Ball is loose. Rowlett says they have it, and they do.
Wow. How about that?
Robert Jones lost the ball around the 45-yard line, and Rowlett does recover.
Looks like Ja'Cory Brown comes up with it. Big number 88, the sophomore. That punt was kicked made him retreat so far back. I thought it was going to make you out kick your coverage.
Yeah, there comes
but
loose
there's
right there.
There's the ball right there. You see it come out, and Ja'Cory Brown picks it up. So he makes the initial contact with it and gets the fumble recovery. That's a nice job right there by the Eagles.
Yeah, the sophomore for Rowlett with the recovery. So now they are set up in business once again in Sachse territory at the 49. There's a snap. Quick throw out. Boy, a dangerous pass, and he gets hit. That's number 3, Trayvon King, that took the big shot, and he is still down right now on the field.
Well, that ball stayed in the air for a long time. I mean, it was kind of thrown way high. And he has to go up to get it. It doesn't look like it hit him in the head or anything. Maybe it just knocked all the air out of him, let's hope.
Yeah, that was number 8, Matthew Carter, that came up and made the good play. And, yeah, I'm with you, Bobby. Hopefully just got the air or wind knocked out of him. That's Trayvon King, like we mentioned.
Yeah, you can't. It's real dangerous to throw the ball up that high. And I think they're pretty lucky that they called that an incomplete pass because it looked like it was going backwards.
Well, King's sitting up right now, and that's a good sign. We'll take a look at it again. Yeah, the pass is forward, it appears, Bobby, by about a yard. So And here he comes. Yeah, it looks like he probably got the wind knocked out of him, so that's a good sign for him, and he'll be back on the field. But Bobby, you're exactly right. Those are the kind of the balls that the wide receivers hate to see when they're high in the air like that and kind of hang up because they know they've got to extend to get it, and usually this sets them up for that big tackle.
And that's a real quick play anyway. I mean, you know that the defensive back is coming at you, so you got to catch that, make one move to try to make him miss anyway. You leave that thing up there that high, and that long time in the air, I mean, that thing was just sitting in the air for too long. That defensive back was able to come up from a 10-yard, speed run and just hit you.
As we get back to live action, 2nd down and 10. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off coming to the right side. That's DeWanye Newton. Cuts it back inside. And a nice little gain of about 4 yards. Number 10 for the Mustangs there with the tackle, Quentin Williams. And a look at Newton with that 4-yard keeper. 3rd down and 6.
We see Newton come through there, and then he turns it. But Quentin Williams was right there. You could just see him watching him the whole way. He started from that outside linebacker, and he just follows him all the way across. And when he breaks back in, he's in position to make the play.
3rd down and 6 here for the Eagles. The Sachse defense trying to hold, looking for the throw. He's got a man out there, makes the catch. That's going to be a touchdown, Eagles.
Trayvon King
just came back on the field after being injured and is rewarded with the touchdown. Bobby, that was a beautiful pass. Watch him lay it out and lay it right in there.
Yeah, just let him go and get it. All hands catch. Very nice. He starts from the outside receiver, kind of runs a little bit inside in that fade, and then the ball's thrown to the outside, and he's just able to outrun his man to get to it.
Extra point attempt here coming up. Hold is down. The kick is up. And the kick is good from number 33, Sebastian Rodriguez. So 5:03 remaining here in the first quarter. Look at Trayvon King, our score. Rowlett 14, Sachse nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. .503 remaining in the first quarter. Rowlett on top 14-0. And Bobby, I'll tell you what, so far in this first quarter, the first 7 minutes, Rowlett has dominated this game, especially on the stat sheet.
Yeah, defensively and offensively. Rowlett with 108 yards total to Sachse's 2.
Here comes the return. Boy, that nice look here from number 6, Coleman. And they are just about 1 or 2 players away from breaking these kickoffs, Bobby, and that's something Rowlett better take a look at here because the Mustangs may break one. Again, that time number 6, Sean Coleman with the return. He's a dangerous threat for the Mustangs as is.
Yeah, both returns have been really close, and even the punt was returned a long ways before the fumble happened. So they're going to have to check out something here. They're going to got to stay in their lanes. They got to get there, maybe kick the ball up a little higher. But do something. Don't let those playmakers catch that ball on a dead run.
There's a snap. Foreman stays on the field at quarterback. They're going to hand off on the end around to number 2. That is Jordan Neighbors with the run, and a nice run it is as he's going to gain about 5 yards. See him coming
just
around.
an end around right there. You see they get a couple of guys lead blocking for him. It's a pretty good play.
There's a snap, and this time the handoff to Sean Coleman up the middle. He's going to be close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot, but I think he's going to have it as they're going to place the ball around the 44 of Rowlett, and that should move the chains. Quick pass out, catch is made, and then upended is number 2. That's Jordan Neighbors, but the completion is good. And Sachse now, going with the kind of a hurry up as well.
Well, Darren Lovelace just upends him so good. He's playing corner out there. He's all by himself.
A high throw, or a high snap, that time, and he is buried in the backfield. Number 13 for the Eagles comes up to make the tackle, Darius Dunlap. And just a bad snap that time. Foreman able to corral it, but watch.
Oh, yeah, it gets up, and then the timing of the play is off. Boy, Dunlap, he just bear tackles him right there. He gets both arms around the shoulder pads and just bears him. Big old bear hug.
So 3rd down and 9 now for the Mustangs. Line to gain is the 34. Foreman steps back. Now he's looking to run out of it, and he gets sacked. Number 15 for the Eagles, Jeremiah Franks with the sack. And the Mustangs have a 4th down and 14 that they're going to be facing.
Well, that's 2 big, heavy sacks. Jeremiah Franks is one of the biggest guys on the team, too, and he just holds on the ball too long. So that's 2 sacks that he's just taken some big hits on by that big defensive line.
So the Mustangs looking to punt it away again. Well, that punter's about 15 yards deep. It's a fake to Coleman. He's got a lot of room here. And that's going to be a 1st down Mustangs. And I said Coleman. That was actually number 8, Matthew Carter. But a great call there by the Mustangs.
Yeah, saved by Ricardo Perez. But you're right. The punter was so far back, you were thinking, is there going to be something weird happen here? And sure enough, it was a fake around the left side.
Well, and that's just what the Mustangs needed. The spark they may have needed. That's number 8, Matthew Carter, right there on the sideline with a great run. And now the Mustangs with a 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Foreman in at quarterback. There's the snap. He's going to keep it himself to the right side and run into 3 Rowlett defenders before he's tackled after a gain of 3.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. Takes it. It's a run all the way.
Well, play clock just now started, so it's actually still with a lot of time.
Yeah.
Got 3 receivers down to the bottom of your screen, 1 receiver up top, and Foreman's just going to take it on the quarterback draw, and he gets hit and dropped for a gain of about 2 more. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4 coming up here for the Mustangs as we approach 1 minute remaining in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, just a lot of gang tackling there by Isaiah Armstrong and Donovan Moore. And he's just taking a lot of hits right now. I mean, he's getting hit hard.
Big play here for the Mustang offense. There's a snap. Foreman's rolling to his left, looking to run it. He should have 1st down territory, and Moore's inside the 5 all the way down to the 3. It's going to be 1st and goal Mustangs.
Yeah, it's a design. He's got receivers out there to throw or run. He decides everybody's covered, takes off running, and I tell you, he just about got in the end zone there.
There's a snap, the handoff to Coleman up the middle. That is a touchdown, Sachse. Coleman with the 3-yard touchdown run. The Mustangs right back in it as they cut the lead in half.
Well, just nice offensive blocking right there. Those big offensive linemen, they all got on somebody and just started driving people, and Coleman's able to just walk into the end zone there. Tell you, you make a mistake like that on the punt, you're not watching what you're thinking you're just going to block it, and they caught the Rowlett Eagles.
Addison Perez with the extra point. It is up and good. Our new score, 41 seconds remaining here in the 1st quarter. The Rowlett Eagles 14, the Sachse Mustangs 7. Bobby, let's keep it here. So, Rowlett had dominated most of that 1st quarter, and again, it looked like they had held Sachse, and they were going to get the ball back, with that 14-0 lead. But right there, you just mentioned that the fake punt works. Sachse now back in business as it is now 14-7.
Yeah, I mean, you have 2 huge sacks in that possession. I mean, it looked like you were dominating, and then all of a sudden you get this you feel like you're just going to go in there and block that punt. And Sachse had a great call right there. They knew that Rowlett was going to be really aggressive and try to get to that punt. And what did they do? They just did a little quick snap to the up back, and he takes off, scampers about 60 yards down the field and sets you up for a touchdown, and all of a sudden you're right back in the game. You got to pay attention to details. Special teams is part of it. Just as much part of it is the offense and the defense. You got to really take care of special teams as well. Sachse won that little match.
Yeah, definitely shifted the momentum as well as, again, everything looked to be going Rowlett's way, Bobby, but let's see if we have a turn in momentum with that touchdown and, again, focused off that fake punt. So here comes the kick from Perez. It is a high kick. It's going to be returned. Oh, and a bobble here right at around the 14-yard line, but now with some room out here. The return out across the 40-yard line. A great return from Rowlett. I believe that was 22, Danye Newton, but yeah, Danye Newton, and a nice return for him, and Rowlett's going to have great field position again.
Yeah, a lot of times that happens. You'll see that happen because the timing it gets thrown off. And see, they think, oh, man, now it's a fumble, so everybody just breaks down and they start going to the ball instead of staying in their lanes. And Newton just picks it up and scampers straight down the field.
Yeah, down the sideline. They're going to have a 1st and 10 at their own 44, so great field position for them. Send a man in motion, empty backfield this time, and the quarterback's just going to take it himself, and boy, nothing doing there. Tried to go up the middle of the field, and right there for the stop, number 46 for the Mustangs. That is Anthony Anyanwu, and what a nice play by the senior.
Yeah, there's just nothing there. I mean, they just take the snap. You have a lead blocker. You don't have anything. They're not trusting that he's going to throw the ball very much. I mean, you got to prove that you're going to throw it to spread that defense out. And, of course, they had the one long touchdown, but outside of that, he's not proven that he can really throw the ball around. So when you do that, you're going to have that Sachse defense crowding him and expecting him to run.
And we have come to the end of the first quarter of play here at Williams Stadium with our score, Rowlett 14, Sachse 7. We'll be back after these messages.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission, reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too. You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future, the change you want to see. It all starts right now with GISD.
Back for the start of the second quarter here at Williams Stadium. Rowlett on top 14-7 with the ball, 2nd and 10 at the 44. There's a snap, the handoff to Yarborough. Boy, Sachse was ready for that. Number 44 for the Mustangs comes across, makes the tackle in the backfield. That's Jordan Brooks, the senior.
Well, we've called his name quite a bit tonight. He's just making a lot of plays out there. Beats that defensive block. I mean, the offensive lineman, he beats him, and then he has a running back coming in there trying to block as well, and he beats him to make that tackle. Just a nice job fighting two guys off and making a stop in the backfield.
3rd down and 14 now after the loss of 4. Snap to Carr, looking to throw it out. He throws it quickly. He's got a man out here. He's got a long way to go, though, to pick up the first down. He's still pushing, and he's about 2 yards shy across midfield at around the 48-yard line. But, again, it's going to be 4th and 2. And if you're the Eagles, do you go for it here?
It looks like they're going to try to snap the ball real quick. They're going to try to catch Sachse trying to get off the field. You need to snap the ball. You'd have 13 men on the field.
Yeah, I'd punt this one away if I'm the Eagles, but
they'll probably step back real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do. They'll try to draw him off, and then right at the last second, he'll step back and punt it. We've seen that a lot.
4th and 2. Well, they're going for it here, Bobby. This is Man, I don't know why they would do that, but it is stopped for no gain, and the Mustangs going to have the ball close to midfield.
Yeah, and the play that they call is just, you know, we've seen them try to run that play. They've not gotten any yards on it whatsoever. Every time they've run it, just gets blown up by big number 95, Ryan Jones.
Got the eye paint on there. Looking rather sinister, but a nice play there. Now the Mustangs with great field position as they have a 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Snap to Foreman, the handoff to Sean Coleman to the right side, and it's going to be wrapped up and at around the 48 of Rowlett, so a gain of about 4 yards for Coleman.
Coleman on the year, he's 172 attempts, right at 1,000 yards, 5.8 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns on the year. So he's used to getting the ball in the end zone, but he hasn't had any running room tonight. Rowlett has really been smothering him up.
Second down, a high snap, but handoff to Coleman inside, and boy, he's going to be close to the first down. I think he has it. So a gain of 6 on that run for Coleman, and the offensive line for the Mustangs now trying to assert themselves, and 2 pretty nice runs back-to-back for Sean Coleman.
You see a little push by number 70, Javon Ellison. He's able to just push him up there for that first down.
1st and 10 at the Rowlett 42. Mustangs trying to tie this one up. 14-7, just underway here in the second quarter. There's a snap, and the quarterback's going to keep it himself. That's Xavier Foreman, and boy, good job by the Rowlett defense to hold him to no gain. I believe 32 was there at the bottom of the pile for the Eagles. There's a look at him on your screen. That's Cameron Cogmanock.
Yeah, I just got clogged up real quick. That offensive line, they're not able to get a hold of all these smaller Rowlett Eagles. The people that are making the tackle look like linebackers and that sort of thing. They're able to just get through there and make those tackles.
Foreman escapes pressure. Now he reverses field. Gets hit as he throws it. Pass falls incomplete. And once again, that is Cameron Cogmanock. So back-to-back plays for the junior linebacker.
Well, he's going to hurt the way you have to talk all night long if he's going to keep making plays like that. We're going to have to keep calling his name. By the end of this thing, we might have it right.
Might have it right. That's exactly right. 3rd down and 8 coming up. And no denying he's made some good plays here on this series. Big 3rd down here for the Mustangs. Foreman looking to throw a 3-step drop, throws it out to the flat, and just out of the reach of the intended receiver, number 2, Jordan Neighbors. It's going to be 4th down and 8.
Yeah, so great job again by that Rowlett defense. They're able to hold him, no running room, and then force him to throw the ball. And I'm sure Rowlett's going to be watching this time, make sure that he doesn't snap that ball to an up back and take off and get this one. You're going to have to be a little bit more careful now.
Got Colton Yarborough back to return the kick. The high kick off the side of the foot. Hits it around the 21, and they're going to down it at the 20-yard line. And so the Eagles back on offense after the defensive hold. Again, if you remember, Rowlett had a 4th and 2 right at midfield, went for it, and it was not good, but it does not hurt them as the Mustangs have to punt it away.
Eagles holding this strong Sachse offense to 55 total yards so far. They've only allowed them to have 2 first downs, 7 yards passing, 48 rushing yards. So they're doing a real nice job. Of course, they also caused the turnover.
So the Eagles offense back on the field. We've got 8:23 remaining here in the first half. Snap to Carr. He's going to hand it off to Colton Yarborough. Try to find some running room, but not much there. He's going to gain maybe a yard on the carry to the right side. So look at number 10 there on your screen who made the tackle, Quentin Williams. Second down and 9 for the Eagles. Snap to Carr. They're going to hand it off. Come on, and they lose the ball. Carr able to fall on it, but he's going to lose about 6 yards all the way back to the 15-yard line. It will set up third down and long.
Well, I just don't – the play calling is just kind of keep giving the ball going sideways. I mean, we just saw the ball go sideways to the right. Now the sideways going to the left, and you're not ever taking the ball upfield, and you're going to try to outrun Sachse to the outside. It's going to be very difficult if that's your game plan because Sachse's fast, and it's very difficult to get outside on them. So you're going to have to figure out something besides going sideways, east and west. You're going to have to take the ball straight up the field on them.
Third down and 15 here. There's a snap, and the quarterback's just going to keep it himself to the right side. Picks up a block, but gets tripped up. Boy, nice play by 41 of the Mustangs. Scotty Jesmer, he is able to dive and take the feet out from under Trey Carr.
He has some running room right here. This one's going straight upfield, but you see him get out there and just get his feet. I'm not sure that he would have got the first down, but he definitely would have got 7 or 8 more yards on that thing.
So punting unit out for the Eagles. They have one come on late. Lone return man back for the Mustangs. And it goes over the punter's head. And this one, don't even try to kick it. Just go out of the back of the end zone, but he tries to kick it anyway. And that is going to be a safety.
And he's hurting. Looks like he's back there in the back, hurting with his leg. Looks like he got a hit.
Yeah, the punter is, like you said, out of the back of the end zone. Here's a look at it, boy. Just a snap that sails over the head of the punter. Just, again, just take it out of the back of the end zone. Don't even try this. And the reason I say don't try that, Bobby, of course, if Sachse recovers that, that's a touchdown. So in that case, you just want to go out of the back of the end zone. Go ahead and take the safety, which is the smart play. But, again, I understand when you're right in the middle of it, sometimes it's harder to think, quickly. But hopefully he is okay. They're taking a look at him right now.
Now, that was his kicking legs. When he went to swing that leg to punt it, I think he just caught square a Sachse player. A lot of times that'll hyperextend that knee. Let's just hope he's okay.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break right now while they take a look at him. Our new score with 6:12 remaining, the Rowlett Eagles 14, the Sachse Mustangs 9. Braden Hargrove, the punter for the Rowlett Eagles, is slowly walking back to the sideline as it appeared, Bobby, that he had injured his right leg on that. So the Eagles set to kick it away. Again, this will be a free kick from the 20 after the safety. 14-9, our new score. And they're going to kick it off a tee, and it's a high kick. It's going to come down to number 11 at the 28-yard line is Dexter Jean-Pierre, and they wrap him up in a hurry. A return out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
Actually, the Eagles do a really good job right there, and that's the first time we've seen them on the kickoff to actually go down and field it and keep Sachse from having a big return. I mean, they did a good job getting down there, stay in their lanes. Make a good tackle. Keep them on that side of the field. Rowlett needs to be able to hold them right here. I mean, they're going to have to get a good defensive stance because they've really kind of slowed down offensively and hadn't been able to do much.
Foreman back out at quarterback here for the Mustangs. 1st and 10. There's the snap. The handoff inside. Sean Coleman, a nice little move. Still on his feet. And a gain of about 16 yards as he's across midfield and all the way down to the Rowlett 47.
Woo, he makes a good move. And Jeremiah Franks is able to reach out there and grab him, but not before the first down. Coleman has a great move right up here. He just does a little hop step, finds the lane, and gets up through there and then breaks a tackle. Jeremiah Franks' helmet pops off. He has to go off the field for a minute.
There's a snap on 1st down, looking to throw it as Foreman throws it out, and no one there. There is a penalty flag, however, which may be the reason why there wasn't a receiver in the area.
Yeah, it looks like they were going to try to throw the little out and up to Matthew Herrera. And he just gets tackled because I think they got beat. They knew it. Just kind of tackle him. Don't let him have it.
Well, they're still talking about it here. I think you're going to get a defensive holding call or a pass interference.
Defense, number 36. That would be a spot foul, automatic 1st down.
Yeah, so they're going to go with the 15-yarder of pass interference, and that will move the ball at around the 35-yard line.
I thought that was a 15-yard penalty, so I'm not sure a spot foul right there. It's usually a 15-yard penalty.
So 1st and 10 at the 35 for the Mustangs. There's the snap. Foreman hands it off. Coming to the right side is the new running back in the game. I believe that's number 32 for the Mustangs. It is indeed. That is Brian Okoye.
Boy, a nice strong run right there too. I mean, he actually gets hit right when he gets the ball. Watch this right here. He gets hit right there, and he's just able to use his stiff arm. Pick up some yards right there. Now, he's a pretty big kid, 6'1", 200 pounds. You're going to have to wrap him up.
2nd down and 4. Oh, and bobble play right there as the two running backs run into each other. Foreman's got to keep it himself to the left, and he's going to lose a yard. Number 7, Ricardo Perez with the tackle. Bobby, just a busted play there in the backfield.
Well, Ricardo Perez, he just shows up and up over and over and over. Yeah, you got somebody going one way, and they fake it to Coleman. Everybody gets hit. Timing's all off. And you see number 7 right there, Ricardo Perez. He was just sitting there waiting on him. Boy, he's been everywhere, though. I mean, he makes plays all over the field. He's the one that made the big tackle on the fake punt that saved the touchdown.
So 3rd down and 6 here for the Mustangs. There's a snap. They're going to roll to the right. Foreman keeps it himself. Has a hole up the middle. He's got the 1st down and more. Stays on his feet. Eludes another tackler and finally upended it around the 14.
Wow, I'll tell you, I thought he was going to get tackled right when he came through the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 17 yards for Xavier Foreman.
Wow, what a look at that. That's strength right there. Just throw somebody off of you. Woo, just nice running right there. Twan Edwards is able to save it.
There's a snap. Foreman keeps it himself to the left side, breaks a tackle, and finally knocked off his feet around the 5-yard line. So a gain of 9 on that carry.
They're just starting to win the battle up front, and he's able to. There's some big hits right there by those big offensive linemen coming in. Pulling guards. They're just coming over there, and they're just hitting people hard, and it's creating a lot of running room.
2nd and 1 from the 5-yard line. There's a handoff to Coleman. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and let's see if they're going to give him the momentum for the 1st down. I think they did. Yeah, 1st down signal called for by the head judge, and if it's going to be 1st and goal Mustangs here at the 4-yard line. We've got 3:21 remaining, and the Mustangs looking to take the lead for the first time tonight. Look at Coach Red Barons for the Mustangs. The Mustangs started slow tonight. We had a 14-0 lead early for Rowlett, and now Foreman coming to the left side, breaks a tackle, and Sachse has the first lead of the game with a touchdown run from their quarterback, number 12, Xavier Foreman.
Well, he's just so big. He's 6'2", 215 pounds, and they have him right here. I mean, they've got him. Right there, but he's just able to stiff arm and push his guys away. Boy, it's nice to have a big running back like that as your quarterback.
15-14, Mustangs on top, and extra point attempt coming up here by number 34, Addison Perez. Good look from our end zone camera. There's the snap and hold. The kick is up right down the middle and good. So our new score, 3:13 remaining here in the first half. The Sachse Mustangs 16 and the Rowlett Eagles 14. We'll take a break and be right back after these messages. Here's a look at Alex Rout on your screen. Again, the starting quarterback for Rowlett, and although dressed out, Bobby, again, we mentioned it, we saw him get hurt in the game last week against Lakeview and has not played at all tonight.
Well, Sachse has really picked up their offense now. Now they've got 8 first downs for 135 yards and 128 of it on the ground.
High kick, and it's going to come down right at the goal line. It's dropped for a minute, and they're going to return this one. That's DeWanye Newton. He is out to around the 14-yard, maybe the 15, depending on the mark, but Rowlett going to have a poor field position to start. And they need to get something going here. Again, Rowlett, you know, they really need to win this game. Bobby, again, they can still make the playoffs with the loss, but you know, they hold their own destiny, and they really need a win in this game. And right now they are trailing by 2. And again, after the fast start, they jumped out to that 14-0 lead, and now all of a sudden the lead's evaporated.
Yeah, we haven't seen any offense since then, actually. I mean, it's been controlled by Sachse. Sachse's been able to hold them on that defensive line have been strong. Linebackers' help has been good. And Rowlett just, you know, they're running side to side, east and west. It doesn't look like any of their plays are going downfield now, and it's just not worked out for them. And then on the other side of the ball, Sachse's just putting it together. They're figuring it out.
1st and 10. Quick throw out by Carr on play action. He finds his receiver, number 3, Trayvon King, but boy, not a whole lot of yardage there. Gain of only about 3. Here's a look at it again. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Tosses it out there. He gets his helmet knocked off right here. Watch this. They grab his helmet, throw it off. Pads come out, and then they kick the pads down the field. How about that? The refs didn't see it?
Apparently not. Here's a snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Quick throw
There
out by
you
Carr.
go.
The catch is made and then knocked out of bounds. That's number 21, Josh Rogers.
That's what you want to do. You want to take that quick step, know where you're going, and fire that ball. That's a good pass right there. Know where it's going and hit it. Boom. Throw it. Very nice. That's what you do. That play, they've practiced that enough. They knew where it was going to go, but you got to execute it, and they were able to do it there.
3rd down and short here, 3rd and 2.
Boy, if you just throw a deep pass, I mean, you got man-to-man coverage out on the outside, and there's just no help at all.
Here's a snap. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 2 yards. Big number 95 once again on the stop, Ryan Jones. And it's going to set up 4th down and 4 for the Eagles, as we will be inside of 2 minutes when the well, no, we won't, as 2:04 remaining, and the Mustangs decide to call a timeout here. So first charge timeout for the Mustangs in the half. We'll take a break with them. Our score with 2:04 remaining in the half, Sachse 16, Rowlett 14.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
Look at the Rowlett sideline cheering on their team. Again, they really need to win this game tonight to make the playoffs, but right now they trail by 2. And
well, they started out really fired up and being able to march down the field and score. Got the first 2 points on the board, but since then it's just been quiet for Rowlett.
New punter in the game, that's number 45. Lucas Beggs.
Uh-oh, there it went again.
And another one goes over the head of the punter, and this one just step out of bounds, young man.
Oh.
So another safety here for the Mustangs. 2 safeties in one game. And our score is now 18-14 Mustangs.
Boy, I mean, this is the last game of the year. I mean, it seems like you would have that part of the game figured out.
Here's a look at it again. Yeah, just another high snap. Like I said, don't risk this. Just go out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, look, he almost fumbles it right
there. He loses it, yep. And again, if Sachse falls on it, that's a touchdown. Look at Coach Stevens. Well, they got a lot to talk about here on the special teams at halftime for sure.
He's like, have we practiced special teams since the beginning of the year? I don't know.
So again, a free kick coming up here by the Eagles. Going to bring the tee out at the 20-yard line. And boy, Sachse's in pretty good shape here, Bobby, to put more points on the board as there's 1:54 remaining. And again, they should have pretty good field position after the kick. It's number 33, ready to kick. Sebastian Rodriguez. Got 2 return men for the Mustangs at around the 25, and there's the high end over end kick. It's going to come in the direction of Sean Coleman. Or pardon me, not Coleman. I keep getting his number.
Yeah, number
6 and 8 mixed up here. But look at this return, Bobby. All the way inside Rowlett territory at around the 35-yard line for number 8, not number 6. That's Matthew Carter. Boy, in great field position for the Mustangs. They still have 2 timeouts remaining as well. Here's a look at the return.
They just kind of out-kicked the coverage. It was so deep that their guys wasn't able to get down there in time to tackle him. Kamganok was able to make the stop again to save it.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Snap to Foreman, hands it off. This time it is number 6, Sean Coleman.
Now you can see though when he gets through there now, he's hitting the hole, getting hit at the line of scrimmage, and it's still falling forward for 3-4 yards at a time. So I mean, they're just starting to be able to push that offensive line. See, they had him right when he got the ball, but he still gets 4 yards off of that.
There's a high snap, the fake handoff. Foreman keeps it himself, breaks the tackle, sidesteps the second tackler, and he will have the first down. Look at Xavier Foreman, the senior quarterback for the Sachse Mustangs.
Boy, he's just doing it all right there, man. Just look at that. It just pushes him off again, and then look at that step. Woo! Boy, that's nice.
1st and 10. The rollout for Foreman, looking to throw it, throws it outside. Boy, that was a dangerous throw. Still on his feet. Boy, nice run after the catch by number 17, Marshall Frost.
Yeah, it's like the defensive guys just kind of let him go. catches it. You got him. I mean, do you think maybe he thought he didn't have the ball? I don't know. He just kind of let him up. Didn't take him out of bounds. He almost took back off down the field.
2nd and 10. There's a snap. Foreman looking to throw it. 3-step drop. He's got plenty of time. Throws it across the middle. Boy, and that catch almost made by number 20, Matthew Herrera. But the pass is incomplete. Pretty good defense there as well. Number 28, Darren Lovelace. And we're going to have a 3rd down and 10 coming up here for the Mustangs.
Well, he has so much time to sit back and throw. He's just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Big play here for the Rowlett defense. There's a snap. Foreman looking to throw it. He's got pressure in his face. Throws it up. Pass is incomplete.
Boy, Lovelace, he's getting beat up back there. On the last play, as the receiver was running by, they kind of collided, and it looked like it hurt him a little bit then. And then right here, he goes up for this jump ball, and he comes up lipping here. He just kind of falls awkwardly and fall on his back, and well, he's going to be sore in the morning.
Yes, he is. The Mustangs called their 2nd timeout. We'll just keep it here. Boy, pretty good first half here, Bobby. Again, Rowlett, as we mentioned, started the scoring and actually scored the first 14 points. It was 14-0 Rowlett early on, and then now 18 unanswered by the Mustangs, and they have an 18-14 lead.
Of course, 4 of those points have come off punts, that going over the punter's head and getting those safeties back here.
Yeah, 2 safeties, which you hardly ever see. It's hard to see even 1 safety in a game, and to have 2.
And of course, you also off the fake punt by Sachse, so that's also a special teams play that they weren't ready for, and Sachse was able to take it on a 4th down and 3 and take it all the way down the field and basically end up scoring there on that drive. So it's really the special teams has put Sachse back in the game.
So from the right hash, the Mustangs going to attempt a 40-yard field goal. Addison Perez, there's a snap and hold. The kick is up. It gets blocked. And it's going to go out of the back of the end zone. And so a blocked field goal attempt, again, a 40-yarder. And the Rowlett Eagles defense does hold here, and they will have 34 seconds remaining and 2 timeouts.
See who gets this block. Right. Goes through right there. Somebody gets up high right there. Who was that? Number 13 gets the block. Darius Dunlap.
So the Eagles back on offense. Again, 34 seconds.
See who gets it right there.
Look at it
get
again.
Him right over the top.
Yep. Number 13, Dunlap, is the one. And Carr keeps it himself out to the right side. I tell you what, he's got some room out here, Bobby. Cuts it back inside and finally tackled it around the 42. So that will stop the clock momentarily. A nice long run for Trey Carr.
Well, he showed some speed right there. That gets you fired up. Little read option. See there? Gets everybody going one way, then get your lineman pulling the other direction. Big number 75, way down the field blocking.
Boy, Rowlett's taking way too much time off the clock here, getting the snap off of as we're down to 12, and they're going to have to use a timeout now.
Well, I mean, maybe they should have used the timeout 15 seconds ago.
Boy, that is a big, big play right there, and they used their 2nd timeout of the first half. Coach Doug Stevens there in the huddle talking to his team, and again, they ran several seconds off that clock. And they are at the 42-yard line of the Mustangs. So, again, a nice play there by Trey Carr, the quarterback, but now don't have a whole lot of time remaining and only 1 timeout.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a run like that to get all the way down the field, you have those timeouts. You use it at that point. So you don't waste all your time. You mean that you had 22 seconds on the clock when they stopped it to set the chains, and you let it run all the way down to 12. Now, they only have 2 timeouts because they had to take a timeout on a defensive punting unit when they had held Sachse for the punt. They called a timeout on that. So you really kind of wasted that timeout in the first place. But still, you gotta go ahead and take that timeout right there because you need all of the plays you can get.
Back to live action, 1st and 10 for Rowlett. 12 seconds remaining again on the clock. Snap to Carr. Play action, looking to throw it, throws it across. He's got a man out there. A catch is it made? They're going to say it skipped. Well, I tell you what, number 3
it doesn't
for
matter.
the Eagles.
It's probably
Trayvon
best
King.
that it didn't happen, right? I mean, yeah, you want the catch as a receiver, but I mean it's not going anywhere. Then it'd be 7 seconds on. Yep, good camera work right there.
Yeah, it bounced. King tried to sell it there, but it definitely bounced. And you're right, Bobby. You know, it stops the clock there. As the clock would have kept going, and they would have had to use their final timeout. So, again, 5 seconds run off. We've got a 2nd and 10 with 7 seconds remaining. Snap to Carr, looking to throw it. Here comes pressure, and he's going to go down.
And that should do it.
Yeah, Rowlett should just let the clock run out, and I think they have indeed. So a big sack there by number 46 as we head to half. That is Anthony Nyanwu, and boy, a good first half of play for both teams. And our halftime score, the Sachse Mustangs 18, the Rowlett Eagles 14. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. Back at halftime at Williams Stadium with our halftime score, Sachse 18, Rowlett 14. And now let's enjoy some of the first half highlights before we start the third quarter of play. Both teams coming on the field here on a beautiful football night at Williams Stadium. Sachse first, there was Rowlett. Take a look at the crowds there and the drill team. There's a shot of the Rowlett band, and here we go with some of the highlights. Here's the first big play of the game, the pitch to Colton Yarborough, and he takes it the distance for a long touchdown run.
Yeah, 49 yards, and then Sebastian Rodriguez kick makes it 7-0.
See a fumble on the kickoff and picks it up here, but watch at the end of the play, he gets stripped again, and the fumble is recovered right there by the Eagles, number 88. And offensively, here we go, Bobby. Just a great pass right there to Trayvon King.
45 yards down the middle.
So that staked Rowlett to that early 14-0 lead. And a Sean Coleman run right there.
Yeah, he just powers through there for the 2-yarder.
Then the first of 2 safeties in the first half is, there it is right there, tries to kick it, but luckily Rowlett falls on it. That is the first safety of the game, 14-9 at that point. And now the strong run by Xavier Foreman. That gave the Mustangs the first lead of the game. It was 16-14 at that point. And then here's our second safety of the first half.
That ball just flew over their head twice. Disastrous special teams play.
And that's where we are at. And there is the kickoff return. And, boy, it was taken right at the 1-yard line, Bobby, and then kind of a reverse there. And they come all the way to the right side and then pushed out of bounds at around the around the 14-yard line. And that's where Rowlett will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, now they were at 145 total yards there, 75 in the air, 70 on the ground, so pretty even at 4 first downs, 145 on the total yards there in that first half. And now Trey Carr, quarterback, 6 of 8, 75 yards and a touchdown. Colton Yarborough, 3 attempts, 46 yards and a touchdown. And it looks like he's running it right here and gets to the outside.
Yeah, Yarborough with the first carry of the second half. He's going to gain 11 yards and a first down.
And then Trayvon King, he was the big receiver on that one. 5 receptions, 70 yards in that first half, 14 yards per catch and a touchdown. Well, you can see he gets to the outside, gets a great block right there by his end.
They're going to actually mark him down at the 23-yard line. So it was second down and 1. They originally had him marked with the first down, but first down is picked up here.
Boy, tough running right there. You could see it wasn't any easy running.
Not at all, but enough to move the chains. And look at the quarterback for Rowlett, number 12, Trey Carr. Did a pretty good job in the first half, Bobby. Yarborough in motion. Carr's going to take it here, looks to pitch, pitches it to Dewanye Newton. Takes it out across the 30 and pushes forward to around the 31, I believe. Yeah, they're actually going to mark him out at the 32, so a nice little run there, a gain of 7.
Boy, he pitches it right at the very last second. I thought the pitch was going to be a little hot, but it's really nice. He picks that up and gets around that corner. That's a nice block right there by his receiver.
Second down and 7 here for the Eagles. There's a snap. They're going to run the same play. This time Carr keeps it himself. It kind of slips there, Bobby, and only gains a yard on the carry.
Yeah, he just had no room. You had a lot of blue jerseys coming around. You see number 46. He was the lead tackler right there. And Yanwu.
Well, a lot of debris on the field down in this end as well. You know, they had senior night, and it looks like they left a lot of pieces behind.
Yeah.
As you see a lot, it looks almost like glitter there on your screen. Third down and short. There's the quick throw. Boy, a nice throw and catch. That time from Trey Carr to number 3, Trayvon King. Enough to pick up the first down. Rowlett at the 39-yard line.
Well, that ball was put right between 2 defenders. You can see right here, he splits them. Look at that, one underneath and one over the top. Move the chains. That's King's 6th catch.
Nice first half for him. There's a snap on first down. Fakes the handoff. Carr keeps it himself. He's got some room out here. Across the midfield. Down the sideline. 30, 20.
Get her. Oh.
Gets knocked out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. A huge run that time for Carr as they bit on the fake.
Did we see any flags? It looks like one is around the 40 maybe?
Yeah, the 40 of the Mustangs.
I was thinking that receiver was really tying up that defensive back, and I was wondering if they were going to call it.
Number 21 of the offense. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So that is going to bring the ball back. Watch the fake here, Bobby, on the handoff. And so that's what got Sachse flowing the wrong direction. And then there you see Carr taking off. There's your hold.
There's your hold right there. There's the flag.
But a first down run for Carr, and they are right at midfield. 1st and 10 are the Eagles.
That's what that RPO does for you. When you do that read, pass, run option, you see it, they don't know exactly where you're going to go with that.
Handoff to Yarborough. This time he's drugged down from behind, a loss of 4. And coming off the block is the corner out there. That's number 41 for the Mustangs. Boy, good job there by Scotty Jesmer.
Yeah, it's just really hard to outrun them to the outside. Again, we've talked about it all night. You lose 5 yards here, but they're trying to get to the outside. You see 41 stringing it out. There's just no room to run. They're really fast outside.
Jesmer, actually the outside linebacker there, makes the nice play. Second down 14. Carr throws it out quickly, and well, that time he not on the same page as Trayvon King As it looked like he was anticipating a curl right there, and King kept on going upfield, so the pass is incomplete, 3rd down and long. Boy, and you go back to that holding penalty, Bobby. Rowlett was going to have a 1st and goal at around the 4-yard line, and with that holding penalty, calls it back to midfield, and then you have the one, play there in the backfield, and now they've got 3rd and long.
The only guy you got to really cover is Trayvon King, it looks like.
Yeah, handoff to Yarborough coming to the left side. He's got some room, but he dives forward there, back to the original line of scrimmage, and then add a yard on the dive. So it's going to be 4th down and 9.
Yeah, Yarborough tries to outrun everybody to the outside, and it just doesn't happen. You've got to be able to cut that back inside. You see how he kind of bounces out? He's got to learn to cut that inside that defensive end, because it's better to get 4 or 5 yards inside the defensive end than lose 10 trying to get around him. And it's just not, you might have been able to do that when you're younger, but these guys at this level are too quick. They just don't let you get outside.
Low line drive punt on 4th down, and boy, that may have touched a Sachse player.
What was he doing?
Let's see what they say. It looked like it may have touched him. They're going to call Rowlett ball. Yep.
I mean, Matthew Carter's following it around down there, and I just didn't understand why he was even, you're always told just to get away from it.
Get away, that's
just
exactly
get away.
right.
There's no hard feelings about it. Just get away from it.
So here we go. It looks like it takes a weird bounce right there, and it maybe grazes the leg.
Yeah, but why are you over there by it?
Exactly.
It's too deep into the season, coming to the last game of the season. Everybody should be coached up and know the rules. So you should never have this problem in the last game of the season.
Hand off to Dewanye Newton to the right side, still on his feet. A nice run on 1st down. Rowlett with new life, and boy, that was a break that the Rowlett Eagles just got, and let's see if they can turn it into points. Gain of almost 5 on the carry. Second down. Long 5 here for the Eagles. And this is the opening possession of the second half. There's a snap, and Carr's got to take it himself to the left side, cuts it back in, and he's inside the 10. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard to go here for the 1st down.
Yeah, you see right there, the defensive end comes upfield, waiting for that read option. They all go one way. See, he's able to cut underneath it. Go ahead and pick up some yards, and number 28 is able to make the stop. Without that, though, he had quite a bit of running room. That was DeAndre Robb making the stop.
So here we go, 3rd down and about 2 yards needed for the 1st down. Probably 2-down territory here for Rowlett. There's a snap. Carr going to keep it. He pitches. Yarborough's got a lot of room out here. That's a touchdown.
That's a beautiful run.
Colton Yarborough, his 2nd of the game, and the Eagles have regained the lead.
Boy, nice job on that pitch. I mean, that was a beautiful pitch, right on stride. Freeze that defensive end. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know to go to the outside to get Yarborough or stay inside and get the quarterback. The pitch was on time. Had everybody set out there in the lanes, and Yarborough's just be able to pick one of them and take it into the end zone. Nice job for a 2nd touchdown of the night.
Here comes the extra point attempt, and it is up and good. And, Bobby, I was just going to mention real quickly before we go to break, and that was a great kick-out block by number 88, Ja'Cory Brown, as well. But Colton Yarborough with the 2nd touchdown of the game. Our new score, 6:57 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rowlett 21, Sachse 18. We'll be back after these messages. Eagles set to kick it away. Colton Yarborough with a touchdown run, his second of the night. The Eagles have regained the lead. It's 21-18 now, Eagles. Again, Eagles with a win will make the playoffs. High end over end kick is going to come down to the 8-yard line. And let's see if we got redemption here. Looky here. Boy, nice return by number 8, Matthew Carter. Again, he was the young man that, the ball hit him and Rowlett recovered and ended up scoring on us, so a nice return there to redeem himself just a bit.
Yeah, you see how fast he is. That's probably why he was hanging around the ball. He might want to pick it up and take off. He trusts his speed that he can beat everybody. Boy, you saw it right there, man. He got to that 40-yard line quick.
Hand off to Sean Coleman, coming to the left side and knocked off his feet after a gain of only 3. Here's the handoff. Cuts it outside, Bobby, and a nice tackle out here.
Yeah, Lovelace has been everywhere. I mean, he's shadowing the ball. He's playing corner.
Foreman has a wide-open receiver who makes the catch at the 26-yard line. A nice throw, but we do have, I believe, a penalty.
Now, right there where the holding call usually comes, right in the middle of the field. Boy, they got him. They sent a guy short, made the corner jump on him. You see him way up there, and it forced the safety to come out over the top. Oh.
Yeah, they got the ineligible man downfield. One of the linemen got down a little too early. That one's going to come back.
Boy, that's a tough call right there.
So the big play there for the Mustangs is negated. Second down and 12 now for Sachse. Foreman looking to throw it, throws it out. He's got a man, and just out of the reach. He had his hands on it that time, Bobby. It was a difficult catch as he had to reach back across.
Ooh, you see that? Backflip by the young man. That's a celebration.
So we got third down now and about 12 needed for the first down. Boy, big play here early in the third quarter. There's the snap. Foreman looking to throw. He's got time. Pressure comes. Catch is made. That's going to be a first down and more. Boy, that was a clutch throw from Xavier Foreman. Bobby hung there in the pocket, and right when the pocket collapsed on him, he gets rid of it in a perfect pass.
Boy, it was right on the money, too. Johnny Henderson has to come over from the corner spot right there and make the save.
Another quick throw. Catch is made outside. Number 17 with the reception, and boy, Sachse moving the ball right now.
Yeah, we saw Xavier Foreman really not throw the ball hardly at all the first half. But, boy, he's come out this one. I mean, he was only 2 of 7 in the first half, and now he's come out and he's thrown 3-4 right in a row.
It was Marshall Frost with that last catch. Throws it out again on play action. Hits his intended receiver, number 84 that time. That is Jonathan Buchanan. When the Mustangs...
He's come out firing the ball.
Yeah, he has indeed. Mustangs come out firing as... Well, the passing game getting in gear here. Of course, when we got down near this, and this is where you saw Foreman use his legs. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw it again. Throws it outside. Catch is made. Once again by number 17, Marshall Frost. Goes out of bounds after a short gain of about 4. Or pardon me, about 2. So we're going to mark him out at around the 9-yard line. Snap to Foreman, rolls to his right. He's going to take off and run with it this time inside the 10. Gets upended at around the 8-yard line, so a gain of only 1 more. It's going to set up a big third down and long.
Boy, Johnny Henderson now, he's made a couple of real big plays in a row here. Well, he takes on a big guy right there, 6'1", 200 pounds. Boy, that was a collision.
Big third down play here, 3rd and 7. There's a snap. Foreman hands it off. Coleman, big hole, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Well, I'm not sure, Bobby, but I think he may not have been touched.
Yeah, the linemen did a great job right here. They really seal it off going left. Look at that. They get everybody pushing to the left side of your screen. I mean, it was just easy walk-in touchdown right there.
Yeah, Sean Coleman is second of the night, and the Mustangs have now regained the lead once again. So the extra point attempt coming up here. This is a big extra point, by the way. Sort of move it out to a 4-point lead. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up by Perez, and that kick is good. So Sean Coleman, his second touchdown of the game, has the Sachse Mustangs back in front. Our new score, 4:27 remaining in the third. The Mustangs 25, the Eagles 21. We'll be back after these messages.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part you could be. Garland ISD proud too.
GISD. 25-21, Mustangs back on top as you take a look at the Sachse student section. They're cheering on their team who just regained the lead. Both teams have scored a touchdown here in this half. There's the high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 2. They're going to fake the handoff here, and DeWanye Newton escapes one tackler. He's got some room out here, cuts it back inside, and then finally knocked down at around the 35. But great field position here for the Eagles to start this one.
You know what we haven't seen a lot of tonight? Usually we see that big pooch kick that goes straight up in the air and it lands about on the 35, and there's no return usually at all. You either got to fair catch it or you know, they get hit immediately when they catch the ball. But both teams tonight have been kicking it deep and letting the guys return the kick. And I don't know, I kind of like it. It's kind of fun to watch. You never know if they're going to break one.
Right. There's a snap, and rolling to his right is Carr. Throws it out. The catch is made by Trayvon King. Boy, look at that power as he runs into 2 Sachse defenders and pushes them backwards, Bobby, and gains about 9 on the reception. Watch his throws. You're right. He kind of comes backwards, and now watch him move forward and take on 2 Mustang defenders.
Boom. Yeah.
And a gain of 9 on the reception. A nice job there by King. There's a snap. Carr looking to throw it. Throws it across. He's got a man. The catch is made. 21. Josh Rogers with the big catch there for the Eagles.
Boy, you got to like that, man. He was cutting across. The ball was out in front of him, and he just extends his arms and catches that one. That is a great catch. All hands.
In Sachse territory, 1st and 10 at the 39. There's a snap. Carr's got to keep it himself. Tries to get outside to the right. Boy, nothing doing out there as the Mustang defense. Again, Bobby, you've mentioned it. The speed out there, pretty good. And Jordan Brooks with the tackle.
Yeah, both defensive ends for Sachse have done a great job of making you run further outside than you want to. They extend the play. When you do that, you're just not gonna get there. You gotta either kick block out and run up underneath him, or have somebody pinch from the outside in to knock him off track, and that way you can get outside of him.
Hand off to Yarborough. Oh, nice inside cut, and he's gonna have a first down. Boy, nice running there from Colton Yarborough, Bobby's. I thought there were 2 different times he was going to be tackled.
Gets out there, and then boom, cut back in right there, and then oh man, Well, you got to like that run. That was nice.
1st and 10 Eagles at the 29 of Sachse, and here they come. They're trying to regain the lead here in the waning moments of the third quarter. There's the snap. Carr going to keep it himself. Sachse defense not fooled that time. They were looking at the option again, but he's not able to pitch it. And Sachse's defense able to catch up to him, and no gain on the play.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only person that they throw to is Trey King, and he's not in the game right now. You know, you saw him get out there, and I see him. He's trying to warm up. He's trying to work that leg out a little bit over there on the sideline, but you almost think they're not going to throw the ball anymore because that's really the only person they throw it to.
Hands off this time to Yarborough, coming up the middle, and short gain of about 3 yards into the middle of the defensive line for the Mustangs. Now we've got a 3rd and long situation coming up here for the Eagles.
And there you see him right there. He's on the sideline. He's limping around. He's hurting.
Pointing to the back of his calf. Big play right here on 3rd down at 7. There's a snap. They're going to run the option again. There's the pitch to Yarborough. He's in trouble. He's going to be tracked down from behind. Number 96 for the Mustangs, Lazarus Rosario with the tackle.
Well, he came through there with some force, too. I mean, he hit Yarborough and just sunk him into the dirt. That's a big-time hit.
Yeah, the Eagles may go for it here, Bobby. They're in that no man's land. It's 4th down and long, of course, but I think they may be keeping the offense on the field on this one.
Yeah, but you can't think that they're going to throw the ball. You've got to really stack up the run and just go man-to-man on the outside because you can see there's 3 receivers to the outside. There's not but 2 guys covering them. Now they finally moved somebody over there, but, you know, they're not respecting the throw.
Carr with the throw. He's got a man out there. 1st down, Rowlett.
There you go. It's what you want to do. Go ahead and trust your guys.
Number 19, Victor Guerrero with the catch. A big catch in this game.
He was in the slot. He's the one that went up there and took Trey King's spot right there. Trust him.
A big play there as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter of play here at Williams Stadium. Our score, the Sachse Mustangs 25, the Rowlett Eagles 21. We'll take a break and be back for the start of the 4th quarter. Look at the Rowlett student section there. Is big student section here tonight for them, and they're cheering on their team. Of course, Rowlett with a 1st and 10 here at the 14-yard line as we start the 4th quarter of play.
That gives you something to cheer about, doesn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely does. Again, Rowlett, again, with a win, we've mentioned it many times tonight, they make the playoffs. So when you control your own destiny, Bobby, it's imperative that you get the win on the board. Don't rely on anybody else's help, but they've got to win this game. Carr with the option look. He's going to keep it himself and probably should have pitched at that time as 2 Mustangs there to upend him, led by number 95 on that defense, Ryan Jones.
And there you see 41. He was also playing that defensive end spot, number 41, Scotty Jesmer. And you see him, he extends it out there. Watch, see, he stays out there and boom. Then he closes in a hurry.
Second down and 10 for the Eagles.
Sorry, Steve. You can see that there's 3 receivers over there again. Nobody covered them. Catch
made once again by number 19, Victor Guerrero. Gain of about 7 on the reception, so we're looking at a 3rd down and around 3 yards needed for the first.
You can see over there, they got 3 receivers, just 2 guys covering all 3 of them. There's just too much room out there, and Guerrero's just sitting down. Get a little trust in these receivers. You go ahead and toss it out there to them.
Big play here on 3rd. There's a snap. Carr going to keep it himself to the right side, and he's going to be tackled short of the first down. He gained about 1 yard, but he needed 2. It's going to be 4th down and 1. Well, I would imagine Rowlett going to keep the offense on the field. Now, another problem is Carr limping as he comes back.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Washington right there on your screen. I mean, he's a punisher when he hits you. I mean, he grabs you and he puts all that weight into it. It hurts.
Big play in this game, obviously. 4th down and 1.
You got 7 seconds on the clock. You better get the play in. And not getting it off.
There's a snap, and
No.
do they get a timeout? And they
Goodness.
do indeed. The Rowlett Eagles call their first timeout here of the second half.
Rowlett, that's the first of the second half.
So with a timeout, we'll take a break in the action here. Our score, Sachse 25, Rowlett 21. Back from timeout, and Rowlett huddled up there, about to come on the field. This is a big play in this game. We've got 9:50 remaining. 4th down and 1. And they get to the 4. They pick up a first down. It's 1st and goal. If they don't make it here, it will be a turnover on down. Sachse will take over. So big play in this game.
We've seen this before. He takes the snap and just runs straight up the middle.
There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Dewanye Newton. Touchdown, Eagles!
Boy, nice kick out block by the guard and tackle there.
So the gamble works, and the Eagles have regained the lead here.
Look at that kick block right there.
Boy, nice strong running from Newton right there. Extra point attempt right now. The offense still on the field as it looks like the Eagles going to go for 2 here. Yeah, now they bring in the kick unit. But boy,
Well,
I
now
tell
they
you
got
what.
6 seconds
yeah,
on the
they better
clock.
hurry this one up.
Again,
Yeah,
waste all your time.
They're not going to be ready. There's a delay of game right there. Woo, did they call it? They didn't call it.
Oh, my.
That extra point is good. So the extra point is good for Rowlett. They get the kicking unit on in time. Our new score, Rowlett 28, Sachse 25. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part you could be. Garland ISD proud too.
Boy, a great game here at Williams Stadium tonight, and get a rivalry game between these two teams, Rowlett and Sachse. The Eagles just regained the lead, 28-25. And now Sachse's turn to see if they can answer as the weird kick comes down. This one will be returned. Boy, and Mustang's going to have great field position. And Bobby, let's see if I can get it right this time. This time it was number 6, Sean Coleman, with the return. And again, good field position for the Mustangs.
Boy, you were right to say this has been a great game. I mean, it's been a rivalry. Everybody's been looking forward to this game all week long. I mean, it's something that all the kids talk about. They're hitting it up on Twitter and Snapchat and everything else that you could think of, and they filled the stands out here tonight. I mean, both student sections are full. A lot of fun. I'm sure Whataburger will be full tonight after all these kids pile up into Whataburger.
Yeah, no doubt. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Hand off to the left side. Boy, look at Sean Coleman. And guess what? Big run for Coleman. 30, 25, 20. And finally tackled inside the 10. I say tackled. He gets pushed out of bounds, actually. Never does go down, but it's going to be 1st and goal, Sachse.
Big play right there. I mean, a morale killer for Rowlett.
Well, just like that, 1st and goal after the 41-yard run by Coleman. There's the snap. Quarterback Foreman going to keep it himself, and he's tackled at the 1-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal, and just like that, the Mustangs are looking to regain the lead in a hurry.
Yeah, it's hard to stop him. He's 6'2", 215. It's hard to stop him when he gets a head of steam going.
And there it is. Touchdown, Foreman. So after Rowlett regains the lead, Bobby, it takes the Mustangs 3 plays, and they capture it right back. Nothing fancy, just behind his running back, Sean Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman does get a seal block right there and allows him to get out there and just walk into the end zone.
Extra point attempt coming up here. Number 34, Addison Perez, to make it a 4-point advantage once again. There's the snap and hold. The kick is up, and that kick is good. Our new score here at Williams Stadium, 9:03 remaining. The Sachse Mustangs 32, the Rowlett Eagles 28. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. .903 remaining, and the Mustangs have just regained the lead. Of course, the catalyst was the big, long run by Sean Coleman, and Foreman with the 1-yard touchdown run. Mustangs up by 4.
Yeah, that didn't take very long. 3 plays later, and you're in the end zone. Well, just a morale killer right there for the Eagles. I mean, they had it going.
Yeah, so far trading touchdowns here in the second half. Number 22, DeWanye Newton with the return, and Boyce kind of sidesteps one tackler and pushed out of bounds around the 20-yard line. So again, the Rowlett offense back on the field. Plenty of time, of course, 8:55 remaining in this game, but again, they're looking to win this one and see if they can get the offense going again. We do have an injured Sachse Mustang there on the sideline. It looks like it may be a cramp.
Yeah, he keeps grabbing his foot and his toes and pulling them forward.
It's Jordan Brooks, the linebacker out there. Actually, 2 Mustangs down. Look at that. Almost looks like they're, like they have the old synchronized swimming. It looks like they're.
And that's interesting that both guys are cramping because
Exactly.
It's cold outside, really. Usually you see that early in the season. Oh, yeah, they just tried to get up and they cramped up again. But, yeah, you see that early in the season when it's, September, August time frame when it's really hot outside and they're losing a lot of sweat and water. But right now, usually these guys are all really good shape. They're in football shape. They're used to it. It's cool outside.
Yeah, synchronized cramping, is there such a thing as that, or?
Trying to drink him some muscle milk or maybe some pickle juice. I don't know. But it helped him get up.
Yeah, but he's back up on his feet. Yeah, you're right, though, Bobby. It is, again, as cool as the weather is outside, it is kind of weird to see, cramps there. But anyway, both players back on their feet. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles here. Again, the ball right at the 20-yard line. Well, it's been a great game here tonight. And, Rowlett's coming off that tough loss last week against Lakeview. Lakeview handled them pretty good. Had the big 39-13 win. And so Rowlett really has stepped up their game, of course, needing this win tonight.
Yeah, that'll make you really get in there and work hard. And Sachse, they didn't really have to. They may have taken the week off a little bit. They may not have participated in practice with as much enthusiasm as they probably should have because they knew that they were already in the playoffs, right? So you get a little bit of that, and you get a little bit of rivalry, and you get guys playing above their head there.
Yeah, great play there by Corey Jones for the Mustangs as a great one-on-one tackle of Yarborough, and Yarborough actually loses a yard on the carry. So 2nd down and 11 now. We're going to motion Yarborough out of the backfield. Carr going to run it himself. Takes it himself and gets back maybe to the original line of scrimmage at the 20. So it's going to be a big 3rd down and 10 coming up here.
Jesmer there on the tackle. Look at that. He played both outside and inside real well because he was waiting for that pitch. And when quarterback decided not to pitch it, he was able to step back in and make the tackle. So he just made the play. He did real well right there.
So here we go, 3rd down and 10. There's a snap. Plenty of time.
He's right there, wide open.
And he makes the catch. Can he get to the chains? He does not. Now he gets thrown down out of bounds. No flag. Boy, there's lucky he didn't get called there. It's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down, Bobby. They're going to tackle him at the 29, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
Well, you got to get that ball to him just a little earlier. He was wide open. You got to throw it now. Waited a little bit too long, and now you've got to realize where the chain is, and you've got to get low and down towards the ground so you can get that 1st down.
Well, Rowlett may be going for it here. This is a dangerous play here, this deep in your own territory. No, he steps back. He's going to punt it away and takes a sideways bounce, and Rowlett got it down at close to midfield. But, yeah, I thought for a second there, Bobby, they may go for it there on 4th and 1, but that would have been, with 7:29 or 7:19, pardon me, remaining, that would have been real dangerous. So
it's almost just as good that they could have went for it because, it netted them about 12 yards on that punt, I think. So, really, Sachse's going to be in 2-down territory anyway. If they get to a 4th down here, they'll probably go for it because there's no reason to punt it in that situation.
So the Mustangs take back over. 1st and 10 at the Rowlett 49. There's the snap. Hand off to Coleman up the middle. Still moving his feet. And finally tackled after a gain of almost 7 yards. That was a nice run for Coleman.
Yeah, look at the offensive line just really doing well right there, and you just got to hang on. You got to hang on, but when you do that, you really expect a lot of white jerseys to come and help you out, and there just wasn't many.
There's the throw, a wide open receiver, and that is going to be a 1st down. Number 84 with the catch, Jonathan Buchanan, and Bobby, the play action I think got him that time.
Very nice.
So 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
I think they're catching number 7, Ricardo Perez, coming in for the tackle. trying to support the run at safety, and they're catching him with the play action. He's coming up towards the line of scrimmage to support the run, and then they're throwing that out and up, sending a man short, making the corner stay, and then they're finding him over there over the top. And Buchanan was the recipient of that one.
Handoff to Coleman, a 4-yard gain, tackled by Michael Buchanan. Another handoff to Coleman, this time to the right side, and boy, not much there, about 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4. And obviously this is a big play in this game for the Rowlett Eagles. You know, you need to try to hold them at least to a field goal attempt.
Boy, big number 15 and Brian Okoye, Jeremiah Franks, boy, they put a stop on him on that one. You're going to need another stop like that.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4 here. Foreman rolls out to his left, throws it, and the catch is not made. It is going to be 4th down, and I would imagine the Mustangs going to bring out the field goal unit here, try to extend this to a 7-point lead. But I tell you, if you're the Rowlett Eagles, Bobby, you've done what you needed to do defensively. You've held them to this field goal attempt. And don't forget, they've had a field goal blocked in this game. Of course, this is a much shorter. The last attempt was a 40-yarder. This one's going to be from about 24. So 24-yard attempt from the right hash. A great look from our end zone. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up by Perez, and it looks to be good. It is good, and the Mustangs have now taken a 7-point lead. We've got 5:42 remaining in the 4th quarter. Our new score with Addison Perez's 3-pointer, the Sachse Mustangs 35 and Rowlett 28. Look at the Williams Stadium press box as we come back from the field goal from the Sachse Mustangs, and it's 35-28 now. Mustangs on top. Addison Perez there on your screen just kicked, and Bobby, a great game here, but Rowlett's still in it.
Yeah, Rowlett with 283 total yards and Sachse with 298 total yards. Both of them have 12 and 13 first downs respectively, so a really close game here.
Boy, over-the-shoulder catch on the kickoff, and well, he's going to be tackled at around the 27. I believe that was 41 on the return for Rowlett. It was Johnny Ray, his first time. You know, we've seen him with some good kickoff returns throughout the year, and that time he didn't have enough room, but boy, dangerous over-the-shoulder catch on that one.
Yeah, he might as well have called a fair catch on that one. It would have saved him a little bit.
All right, so here we go. The Rowlett Eagles back on offense. 5:36 remaining in the game. They trail by 7. There's a snap and the roll out to the left, the throw out. And almost a catch, but not quite, as it was a little low, and number 11, Christian Morgan, could not pull it out of the turf.
Well, it was a good play call. Again, they had somebody short. Make that defensive back choose which one he's going to cover. He just didn't get enough on the ball. He had to come back to get it.
Yeah, it was still a catchable pass. Tough, albeit, but...
Yeah, because he's trying to come back to it so far, and he's getting his hands under it. But when he does, he basically pulls it up and hits his face mask, and the ball goes out.
2nd down and 10 here for the Eagles. Penalty flag on the field. I think they're going to get motion against Rowlett.
Ball start. Number 70 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Trey Carr's been efficient on the night. He's 13 of 6. He's 12 of 16 138 yards and a touchdown. But right now, you've got to really start tossing it down the field with 5.5 minutes left. I mean, you're running out of time.
Second down, 15 here. Snap to Carr. Play action.
Got him.
He's got time. Throw across. He's got his man. Trayvon King, 40, 35, 30. Pushed out of bounds and around the 15-yard line. A big play that time for the Rowlett Eagles.
Boy, yeah, it was a beautiful play because he starts out in that slot out there, runs about a 5-yard crossing pattern, and you can see he just comes wide open. I'm like, oh, he got him right there. Just toss it out there, lead it for him, and let him run under it.
Boy, big play again by Trayvon King, and he's got a lot of yards here tonight in this game receiving, Bobby.
Yeah, that was his 8th catch for over 100 yards now.
First and 10 in Sachse territory. They're going to run the option. Carr going to keep it himself. Oh, sidesteps a would-be tackler and dives to about the 11-yard line, so a gain of about 6, it looks like. Now let's call it 5. You're going to actually mark him down around the 12.
Yeah, it's just that option play again. He takes it, makes the defensive end choose Yarborough, and when he does that, he just takes it and takes off running up the middle there, and he gets caught right on his ankles. Trips him up.
Second down. Carr looking to throw it out. Throws it out quickly to King. Boy, and a penalty. That was a face mask.
Yeah. That was a tough one right there.
We got an injured Mustang on the field as well, but it's going to be a first and goal here. That's going to be a 15-yarder, half the distance to the goal. And an injured Mustang defender right now.
Personal face mask on the defense. As a result, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
So here we watch it again, and yeah, you're going to see this one. And boy, we're kind of dangerous here, but the corner there kind of grabs him and pulls him down by it. So it will be first and goal for the Eagles. Again, I didn't see the number of the Sachse defender that's down on the field. I think they're trying to help him up right now, and they do. It looks like it's 92, Josh Washington, and he is able to walk off the field.
Well, they're going to miss him right there in the middle. I mean, he's been solid all night long. Nobody's been able to push him around, and so I wouldn't be surprised if Rowlett goes right at that position now. You'll see him probably hand it off right up the middle, right where he was at, right where he was playing.
So here we go, first down and goal for Rowlett. Snap to Carr. He's going to take it himself to the left side, gets a block from Yarborough, and then upended. Boy, good job by Sachse's defense to stay at home that time. Bobby, no gain on the play.
Do you think that was a broken play, or you think that was designed to go that way? It just seemed like it was. Let's see right here. It looks like they're going. Maybe it was a pass. Maybe the rush came up so quick that he had to just pull that down and take off running. That looked like that was an actual pass.
Second and goal. The clock continues to run. We approach 4 minutes remaining in the game. Boy, Rowlett looking to tie it up here. There's the snap. They're going to run the option to the left side or the right side, and Carr's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, what a drive. I mean, that started way back off the kickoff, way over into the 30-yard line. Drove it all the way down the field. Real methodical.
Boy, nice drive by Rowlett, as you said, Bobby, and the extra point here crucial, as this will get us to even And it looks for the moment that they may be going for two here, Bobby. They keep the offense on the field. Boy, this is a gutsy call here by Doug Stevens, as they are going to go for two here and the lead. There's a snap. Carr looking. He's going to throw it back of the end zone, and it is incomplete. So Sachse still maintains the 1-point lead.
Well, you know, we haven't seen them throw the ball like that. We've not seen any receiver going to the corner and doing a jump ball type player. And it's a curious call right here. I mean, you're basically giving the game if it doesn't work. So why finally throw that particular pass at this particular time in the game? That's a tough one right there.
Yeah, gutsy call for sure, but it does not end well for Rowlett in that case. And so 35-34, the Mustangs still with the lead, and we'll keep it here. Boy, what a great game we have here. Again, this is the final game of the season here, at least in the regular season, of course, until the playoffs start. And it's been a great game. What we could have expected tonight from these two teams, playoff implications, and a 35-34 game with still 3:44 remaining. So still time. Rowlett, obviously still in good shape in this game, but man, gutsy call by Coach Stevens that time. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, they haven't been a throwing team, really. They really established the run using that pitch, the option, that sort of thing. And I would have figured that's probably what they would go back to, because you only had to get basically 2 yards right there. Throwing a fade in the corner, that's not a real high percentage play anyway. It's not a high percentage play. It's not a 50-50 play at all, especially if you don't have the players that usually are running that.
So Sachse expect an onside kick here, and Rowlett's going to kick a deep ball and don't go out of bounds. Oh, man, that is disastrous. Sachse lined up for the onside kick, and that's the one thing you don't want to happen is the kick to go out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, it was a smart kick is to kick it over that front line, because then the ball's just sitting there bouncing around and you can actually get somebody out there to pick it up.
30-yard line. First and 10.
But it has to stay in bounds.
So the Mustangs on offense here, 1st and 10 at the 30. Again, Rowlett, plenty of time. There's 3:44 remaining on the clock, and they still have 2 timeouts, but again, they need to make a stop, obviously, at some point along the way to give the ball back to the offense. There's a snap to Foreman. The handoff to Sean Coleman up the middle. Big yardage out across the 35 all the way down to the 39 for a gain of 9.
Yeah, it's imperative now that Rowlett has to get a stop and force them to punt. You can't get them into first down, a couple of first downs here, and they'll just use up all the clock on you.
Mustangs, of course, using as much time as they can off the clock. So we are inside of 10 seconds here, and the Mustangs looks like they're going to go ahead and use their first time out here of the second half. And there's a call with 1 second remaining. So stopping the action here. We'll take a break along with him. We've got 3:10 remaining in the game with our score, Sachse 35, Rowlett 34.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part you could be. Garland ISD proud too. You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future. Be the change you want to see. It all starts right now with GISD.
Back from Sachse's first charge timeout of the second half. They have a 1-point lead, facing a 2nd down and 1 at their own 39. Snap to Foreman. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, and he pushes forward a 3-yard gain, and that will move the chains.
Foreman's been active. He's had 15 attempts, 56 yards on the night, 2 touchdowns. And then Coleman's 14 attempts for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. The running game has been very, very efficient Foreman 6 of 14, 84 yards in the air. So, you know, their bread and butter is running that ball.
Yeah, they're going to let the clock run down as far as possible before they take the snap. 1st and 10 here for the Mustangs. Play clock down to 5. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Throws it out. The catch is made by number 20. And he's going to be tackled after a gain of about 9. Catch made by Matthew Herrera out there. And again, that will continue to allow that clock to run. And it, of course, with Rowlett with 2 timeouts, at some point they're going to have to start calling them. Of course, you don't want to use it now with a 2nd down and 1.
Was a nice throw because Foreman, he sets and he's decisive. He knew where he was going to throw, and he fired it in there. Just a nice play. And, of course, staying in bounds, that keeps that clock rolling.
Play clock once again down to 5. Mustangs, there's the snap. Handoff. That's going to be a 1st down, and guess what? Sean Coleman is going to go to the end zone. That is a touchdown, Mustangs. Boy, the big run for Coleman right up the middle. That's a 49-yard touchdown run for Coleman. Wow. So the big extra point attempt coming up here for the Mustangs. There's an injured Rowlett Eagle on the field as well.
Boy, so now you got 130 yards for him plus another 49. So he's at almost 180 yards now. Boy, he's really putting it together. That offensive line is giving him a lot of room to run.
I think it's number 7 there on the field. That is Ricardo Perez, the senior. And here's a look at it again. Watch Coleman.
Boy, just nice job of that offensive line, just clearing out the linebackers.
Yeah, Perez there chasing.
That foot speed's quick.
May have just fallen awkwardly. But again, he's off to the sideline there, so imagine we'll see him back in the game. But here's a big extra point attempt here. This would make it an 8-point game if Perez is able to hit it. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up. It looks to be good, and it is good. So our new score here at Williams Stadium with 1:39 remaining. The Sachse Mustangs 42 and the Rowlett Eagles 34. And Bobby, let's just keep it here for a second as both teams head to the sideline. As we mentioned, of course, this is the last regular season game of the season, and we want to give a shout-out to our GRS TV crew. Boy, I tell you, this is I believe our 17th season of broadcasting football games, Bobby. They do a great job, and we just want to give some credit to those men that come out here, all the time. They sacrifice time away from their families to provide the entertainment in these football broadcasts. And we're talking about, well, there's a look at Larry Grimes right there on the camera. Boy, great part of this team and does a great job each and every week. And there's a look at Homer Clayton right there waving at you.
There you go. Hey, Homer.
Look at Homer right there. He does a great job every week as well. And, of course, in our booth, we couldn't make these broadcasts available to you without Delbert Richardson and, of course, John Cook. So just wanted to give a shout-out to those guys. And then also, as most of y'all know, we have Lakeview students that are actually here as well working and manning cameras. So just wanted to give a shout-out to them as they don't, get a lot of credit a lot of times, but we couldn't bring you these great telecasts without their help. And there's a look at some of the students there on the field.
Yeah, what a great program right there to get involved and be able to shoot with the cameras and learn audio. It's just a great program that Delbert's put together out there at Lakeview.
Yeah, fantastic work, guys, and we appreciate everything y'all do. See, the kickoff there to Rowlett, and they've got 1:30 left. So, again, this game is not over. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. They've got to get down the field and score a touchdown, though, and, of course, also have the 2-point conversion. So here we go. Bobby, we've mentioned it, several times throughout the broadcast. Rowlett, again, with a win, they're in for sure. With a loss, they can still make the playoffs, but a lot will depend on what happens across the way at Homer B. Johnson Stadium between Lakeview and Naaman Forest. And, of course, right now, Naaman Forest actually up in that ball game. So, but more importantly, Rowlett's got to get down the field here and try to score a touchdown. So here we go, 1st and 10 at the 34. There's the snap. Carr looking to throw it. He throws it out. He's got a man there. That's Trayvon King, a first down, gain of 11 yards. That will stop the clock momentarily.
Boy, he had a lot of time to set and throw that ball. I mean, that's a great job by that offensive line. He was able to set and scan the field. I think he looked about 2 different ways and then finally comes back to Trey King and makes the throw there.
Clock now running again as we are inside of 1:20 remaining. Carr looking to throw it. Pressure comes. He throws it out. He's got his man. And King is out across the midfield stripe all the way down to the 48. And, well, I wonder if Rowlett used a timeout there.
They must have because the clock has stopped.
Well, they sure did. I would have let that clock keep going and come up to the line fast. But whatever, they called their second timeout. Here's a look at the replay.
Nice pocket presence. Steps up just a little bit.
Yeah, look at the band they're going. But, boy, that's a crucial timeout there. There's still 1:08 left, but now Rowlett down with down 2, only 1 timeout remaining. So 2nd down and 2 coming up after the 8-yard reception. Trayvon King, Bobby's had a nice night tonight for Rowlett. He, of course, is in double digits as far as receptions are concerned, and over 150 yards as well. I believe he's got 10 catches now on the night.
Yeah, about 10 for 160 and a touchdown. I mean, excellent night for him. I mean, they've really targeted him. And Sachse knows it, too. They're really trying to cover him up. He's just been able to get free and make some nice catches.
Yeah, 12 for 178 and a touchdown is officially what he has at this point. Carr looking again. That's a first down catch and out of bounds. A great play there by number 11, Christian Morgan. That will move the chains and, of course, stop the clock as he goes out of bounds.
Well, that's what you want. Get your little 5-yard out pattern, put it right on the money, get out of bounds, get a first down, and stop the clock.
1:04 remaining. 1 timeout left for Rowlett.
I think I'm going to send a blitzer if I'm Sachse. I'm not going to give him too much time to set and scan.
Well,
there
here he comes. Yeah, here he comes. Carr able to get around him, and he's going to throw it in. He's got a man. Oh, and he overthrows him. Wow. Christian Morgan did the right thing, Bobby, as all the Sachse players started coming up to play the quarterback. He just kind of drifted back, and he was there. Here's a look at it.
Oh, just a little bit. See, he gets out there. Now everybody releases, lets him go. I think if he just stays running, he probably can catch that. He turns around to catch it, and then it goes over his head. But if he takes off running, just stays running, he might be able to just catch it right over his shoulder pads.
2nd down and 10, the ball at the Sachse 43. Again, still plenty of time remaining, 56 seconds and a timeout. So time not a problem as of yet.
Snap the ball.
Got it away just in time. Carr looking to throw it. Now he's going to tuck it away. He's got a lot of real estate out here. Cuts it back to the middle and has the first down. So, again, the clock will stop as they reset the chains. So, Rowlett hurries up. They got to hurry up and get back to the line. Don't want to waste the timeout yet. They even see him spike the ball here. Nope,
they're just losing some time. You got to hurry up here.
Yeah, they're still in good shape right now, but Carr back to throw. He throws it outside. He's got his man, and he gets outside. A great play again by Christian Morgan. Boy, great job on this possession by the quarterback, Trey Carr.
Yeah, he's sitting and firing the ball. I mean, nice throw right there. Very smart to get out of bounds.
Yeah, 7 yards on that completion. 2nd down and 3. The Rowlett Eagles now at the 22. I believe Sachse may have called a timeout here. Yeah, the defense wants to talk about some things here, so we'll take a break with them, Bobby. We've got 32 seconds remaining in this game, and our score, Sachse 42, Rowlett 34. Back from timeout, 2nd down and 3. We've got 32 seconds remaining. And Rowlett with a 2nd and 3, as I mentioned. And, of course, they've got to score a touchdown here and make a 2-point conversion just to tie this ball game. Both teams now with only one timeout remaining.
Listen to Trey Carr, 18 of 23 for 231 and a touchdown. That's pretty good. That's almost 80% throwing right there.
Well, he's going to need it here in the final 32 seconds.
He's also rushed the ball 23 times for 77 yards.
Oh, here we go. That was a backward pass to Yarborough, but he picks up the first down. And there may be a penalty flag for a late hit on top of it.
Well, I thought he was going to throw that ball the way that they threw it, backward pass like that. I thought he was going to stop and throw it.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. And again, that flag is out, and I bet we're going to get a late hit out of bounds. That's going to give him 15 more.
After the play. Dead ball, personal foul.
There you go.
The defense. Late hit out of bounds.
It'll be half the distance.
Automatic first
Boy,
down.
Rowlett is moving here. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 9. Here's the look at the play, and then watch the late hit right there.
Oh, yeah.
So half the distance to the goal. 1st and goal at the 9. Here we go. 26 seconds remaining.
Of course, they have one timeout left.
Well, you got an ISO down here at the bottom of your screen. They're not even looking that direction, but throwing it out.
Got it.
Touchdown, Trayvon King!
Boy, he has had a night.
Yes, he has. There's a look at King, his 2nd touchdown. And the Rowlett Eagles, of course, not out of the woods. They've got to make a 2-point conversion.
Beautiful pass, great blocking. Oh, boy, they had him up front. I mean, it was good coverage. He had Trayvon King on the out route, but the ball went towards the back of the cone of the end zone there, and he makes the adjustment, goes back and gets it.
So Rowlett calls their final timeout. Again, this is the big play of the game. It's going to be a 2-point conversion. Bobby, let's just keep it here. As Coach Stevens, he's talking to his team right now, and this is one of those things. What do you call here?
Well, the last time they tried to go for 2, they tried to get Brown out there in the corner and throw it out there to him like a jump ball type play, and it just didn't work. It didn't look right the whole time. I don't know. I think what has been working for them is the option play to the right side. Of course, a lot of times it hasn't worked as well. I mean, Sachse's been all over that play. They know it's coming. I might put it in Trey Carr's hands. I mean, he's 19 of 24 for 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's been on the money. You might go ahead and put it in his hands to be able to toss it out there to his favorite receiver.
So, and the other thing you got to wonder is if, maybe Coach Stevens has some kind of a trick play up his sleeve here to maybe some kind of a misdirection type play. But here we go. Big 2-point conversion coming up. They got split backs in the backfield, and you may see them try to hit one of those backs coming out of the backfield. But here we go.
Yeah, they're going to send 1 forward and 2 and do the option, looks like.
There it is to Carr. He hands off to Yarborough, trying to cut it. He's in a lot of trouble. He tries to pitch out. That's a forward pitch, though, so that is not going to be good. And that is going to be no good. The 2-point conversion fails. Now, this game is not over. You're going to have an onside kick attempt coming up here from Rowlett. Again, the extra point is no good, but, boy, that was an interesting play call there, trying to get Yarborough with the handoff to the right side.
Well, Sachse defense just really played it well.
Yeah, and I can't tell, Bobby, like I said, it looked to me like he tried to lateral it, but it went forward. That's why I said, well, it's dead right there. That play's over, but, this may have been a fumble instead. I think Coach Behrens is wanting to see what the call was.
Either way, it didn't get in their hands, Rowlett's hands. So the play is over anyway. So no matter what they call, fumble or not, the ball was dead at the point of not getting in the end zone. But again, you're going lateral. I don't like the lateral play. I want you going forward at that point. Yeah, he tried to
pitch it, so it's dead right there. So Anyway, the ball does go out of bounds. There was that scramble for it, but it wouldn't have mattered. Again, that was a forward lateral. He definitely tried to pitch it, so 2-point conversion, no good. Again, you heard the Sachse fans and their sideline celebrating, but again, the game not over yet. You're going to have an onside kick attempt coming up here from Rowlett. Boy, what a fun game it's been tonight.
Down to the wire.
Yeah, down to the wire. We've seen a little bit of everything, Bobby. Think about this, okay? As we see our score 42-40. Remember, Sachse's had 2 safeties, and Rowlett's had 2 missed 2-point conversions.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So you're looking at 4-point swings kind of both ways. So anyway, here we go. Onside kick. Boy, and he kicked it a little too far out of bounds, and that is going to do it. As Sachse can now just take a knee. Boy, and that's a tough break for the Rowlett Eagles. And I tell you what, Bobby, even for them, with this loss, they're in jeopardy of not making the playoffs right now. And our latest update from across the way, Naaman Forest does have the lead right now over Lakeview. And if that's the case, Rowlett will be eliminated if Naaman Forest holds on to win that game. So a big play. And like I said, Rowlett, boy, a valiant effort tonight. They're going to come up just a little bit short. As all Sachse has to do is take the knee one time, and this game will end. Boy, 42-40. What a great game between these two. But it does appear the Mustangs going to come out victorious.
Yeah, Rowlett has actual total yards over Sachse at 399 total yards. Sachse with 368. But, boy, what a great game. I mean, comes down to 2 extra points. Two times they tried to go for 2 and didn't get it either time. Sachse was able to hold out and play really good defense at that point. And so you got to give it to them. They won the game fair and square. It was a great game.
Yep, you saw Foreman there, of course, take the snap, take the knee, running off the final 5 seconds. They're coming across at the 50-yard line to shake hands. Boy, a fantastic game here tonight at Williams Stadium. This is one that you hate to see anybody lose. But unfortunately for the Rowlett Eagles, they come up on the short end of the scoreboard. Our final score tonight from Williams Stadium, the Sachse Mustangs 42, the Rowlett Eagles 40. We'll see you next time on GRS TV.